Hi, my name is Emily Cohan. I am the founder of It's Great Media, and today's presentation that I'm about to give is digital signage for the little guys. And the goal of this presentation is to show you how to get a great looking digital signage system without breaking the bank. So first of all, what is digital signage? Digital signage is actually a lot like what it sounds like. It's any sign that is digital. So for example, Times Square is full of digital signs, so is Las Vegas. And now you're seeing them more at gas stations or fast food restaurants, at store kiosks. They can range in size all the way from 3 inches, which is what you might see at a gas station, to hundreds of feet like you might see at a stadium. Why do you need digital signage? You can do a lot of great things with digital signage. You can connect quickly to customers both inside your store or who are walking past your business front. You can promote upcoming sale events, upsell products. You can encourage social media and website participation. You can share important business announcements or information. You can promote branding or share holiday greetings, and you can create and reinforce a store atmosphere, which is actually something that gets overlooked a lot. But is one of the best things about digital signage. Why does digital signage work? Well, digital signage acts as an eyeball magnet. This is really the most important thing for why digital signage is a great tool for your business. When you walk into a room and a TV screen is on, your eyeballs automatically lock onto the TV screen and read whatever's on it. It's also an easy way to share multiple ideas and messages within that same sign, and it's relatively easy to update, and so that can end up saving a lot of paper and plastic if you're not using printed materials anymore. So what makes up a digital sign? It's usually 3 different things, 3 different components, and the first is the screen, and that can be like a TV screen or a computer monitor. You also have a media player, which is the thing that's actually running the display. For instance, a high-end signage player or a computer or a media player. And then you have content, which can be photo slideshows, PowerPoints, videos, online content feeds, like if you're running advertising or if you have a network of many different screens, and fancy digital signage templates, etc. And here's just a quick example of what that ends up looking like as a digital sign. You have the screen that's being run by a media player, which is playing the video content. So let's focus on the screen first. Screens can range from low-end to high-end. Commercial-grade displays are robust and come with warranties to match. So usually warranties are 3 to 5 years, and the hardware is designed to stay on 24/7. They'll run very solidly. Consumer grade screens are an affordable way to get started, but the main thing to watch out for is the warranties are voided if they find out that you've been using the screens in a commercial setting. And these screens are not typically, a lot of them will work, but they're not designed for 24/7 use. And we recommend that you use what you have or can afford first to test your signage, and then upgrade when you're ready. So let's focus on the player next. For most small shops and businesses, we recommend a media player that you can buy for $40 on Amazon, like the Incredisonic Ultra Play. And there's a lot of these small media players that are typically around $30 to $40. And what they do is they just play video files or even, I think, photo slideshows that you can load using a USB stick. They don't run off the internet. They just loop these files that you have on external media like a USB stick. And a lot of the players come with doodads and features that you probably won't need or use. So you should be clear with a content plan first, then shop for players. You should expect to pay monthly fees for any signage that relies on the internet, and make sure it can handle an internet outage smoothly. And then also I should note that the players that rely on the internet to create the feed, if you're getting your content feed over the internet and you need equipment that can handle that, those players start at maybe $160, and then there's a monthly fee on top of that. So they are more expensive, which is why we recommend not going with a lower end player, a more affordable player if you don't need that feature. And it's easy to get lost trying to find a player that will suit your needs, so make sure you get one with a free trial or a return policy, and watch demos, if you can, on how to use it. So here's an example of what not to do. You have a static, you have a lot of things going on the screen. Maybe you have your logos. We made this based off of a lot of the templates that we've seen for digital signage. And they kind of split the screen off in all these different ways, and then supposedly all this extra information like the weather marquee or that news, or the weather widget or the news marquee, is supposed to get people more interested in whatever it is that you have to tell them. Well, we don't do this. And how to avoid this. So, and we've seen a lot of people get stuck with this kind of template that doesn't work for what your goals are with your digital sign. And how to avoid this? 3 ways. First, start with a content plan before buying your player. And after, that's the goal of this presentation, is to outline what that content plan might be. Be prepared to put in some time or some money in executing your content plan. And be prepared to ignore claims that a signage system and its template do it all for you. So, how to come up with a content plan? Write up your goals for each point or slide in your signage video or slideshow. Come up with messages and figure out what images or what kinds of images you want to show. Pay attention to what you like about other signs. Involve calls to action to show immediacy, like this sale ends this weekend, so hurry, or like us on Facebook, etc. Plan when you want to show what on your sign, then make sure you or your employees can execute. And get help when you need it. A bad-looking sign can detract a lot more than it adds, so make sure to start off with something that actually looks good. Let's talk about how to make it look good. First of all, add some movement. Make sure you add some movement, or have your animator add some movement to your slides. Make sure that every slide moves, not too fast and not too slow. A static screen is actually really hard for our eyes to look at, and you'll just end up zoning it out. So that's almost as if you had no sign, because it's too hard to look at. But make sure if it moves, then it ends up looking really good. And if you want to get fancy, you can add some blurred animation, as well as easing to speed up or slow down the animation. And next is only show one idea at a time. There's a lot of signage software out there that will tell you how amazing it is to split your screen templates in a zillion ways to show things like stocks, weathers, or news. And instead of making the viewer tune in, they end up tuning out. And there's not one main message to focus on, and it's very hard to make a split screen look good and deliver the messages that you want it to. You'll end up getting a lot better traction if you just show one idea at a time. Just show content about your business. Your screen is an eyeball magnet. The people visiting your store are already interested in what you have to share with them. So do they really need, for instance, to know what the current weather is? In fact, the most common factor about anybody who's visiting your location is that they're in your location. They are already very interested in what you have to show them. It's really hard to brand and control external content feeds. So for instance, if you're using a news content feed, it's really hard to control what sort of news items are being shown on the screen. And then it's even harder to add your own branding on top of that. Having external content requires you to have excellent internet and a player that will know how to handle outages. Then try to identify your dwell time. And dwell time means the amount of time that somebody is actually available to look at your screen. Your visitors have a limited time watching your site, so use it wisely. And think hard before signing up for advertising networks. So this is a digital signage video we made for Total Communications. This is an example of what good digital signage can actually look like. When you have strong messages that have been well thought out, We put together this campaign. They gave me the messages that they wanted to showcase, and we worked through a combination of explaining what their service is and then different features and different benefits that people get out of using their service. And we animated this in a way that uses motion. It's fluid, it's not too fast, and it's not too slow. It's still readable, along with interesting looking graphics. And it's just showing one idea at a time, so it's not too confusing. And it's really, we've gotten great feedback over this video. And so this is just an example of what you can do with digital signage and how to make it look good. So putting it all together, it's a lot cheaper for you to have a plan in mind and then find the animators or graphic designers and the equipment to pull it off. And have a plan for updating. We recommend freshening your content at least once a month. Get feedback from friends and customers about your messaging. Use analytics when you can, especially to track URLs that you're pointing to see if you're generating new web traffic through your signage, that sort of thing. And then get help when you need it, and use your best judgment. Don't be afraid to reach out to professional designers and animators to get started on great looking content for you. And along those lines, feel free to, I hope that this presentation's been helpful, and if we're happy to help about any projects, or if you guys have any other questions, feel free to email me at emily.cohan@gmail.com. Visit our website, www.itsgreatmedia.com, or feel free to call us at 831-521-7977. All right, thanks so much, guys, and I'll see you next time.